John White here to take you through the week on HRTV. And what a week it was. Jockeys breaking records.
Jockey Eddie Nunez, the all-time winningest rider for the Calder meet.
And taking time to help one of their own.
The jockeys uniting today to recognize Renee Douglas and the Permanently Disabled Jockeys Fund.
And we wish Renee a speedy recovery.
We welcomed a new racing fan.
Angie Stevens giving birth to a beautiful little girl by the name of Maddie, and she's by a 3-time Belmont Stakes winning sire. That is our own Gary Stevens, so congratulations out to the Stevenses.
And said goodbye to the Triple Crown.
Mind That Bird takes down the Derby. Rachel Alexandra, the filly in the Preakness, and now Summer Bird in the Belmont Stakes.
And we should have listened to Tim and Aaron.
This horse has been training super all week. I told you guys he's doing good, and he showed it today.
So I go El Dauphin in this one. 20-1 on the morning line.
Here's El Dauphin. It's too close to call after a mile and a half.
Don't tell me Aaron picked this one.
I'm not going to tell you that, but apparently it's what took place.
This week on Across the Board, jockey Kayla Straw had to answer a few tough questions.
Kayla, we have a viewer that's watching right now, Marcus in Pomona. Marcus has a question for you. Marcus, what's your question for Kayla?
Hello, Kayla. I was just wondering if you plan to stay here in California or go back to Australia.
I don't know if you guys will be happy about this or not, but I really like California, and I think I'm going to stay.
Say the other.
I did too. You've really fooled us on that.
Dun, dun, the suspense.
Yeah, that was good suspense.
Kayla, you know, you've had some success here in California, but you know, it was seen in jockeys. We're going to get a look at that a little later. Sometimes you get a little frustrated. Do you ever get to that point where you do get discouraged about California?
I do. I don't think anybody's going to make it easy on me at all to be successful here, but if I can earn my rights to stay here and you know, stick it out and really prove that I mean business and that I know that I'm good enough to ride against these people here, and they can trust me on their horses and have faith on me to get them, you know, to do the best that they can, that hopefully in the end it will be worth it.
When you do get to win a race, it's like the best feeling, right?
Winning a race is like better than sex.
Hopefully you were able to catch jockeys on the Animal Planet just a few months ago, and I'm sure Kayla's been waiting for this question all day long. Better than sex, Kayla? Really?
I'm never going to live that down,
No,
ever.
you're not.
Oh my gosh. I didn't have a boyfriend back then, and I do have a lovely boyfriend now, so if I could take it back, I probably should, but too late.
Did you know when you said it, though? Like,
no,
oh, boy.
I didn't even realize that I said it until I was watching the previews with my grandparents.
Oh, how did they react?
My nana said, oh, well, these young girls might go think about riding a horse instead of going out partying and trying to get a boyfriend. I was like, oh, Lordy. Yeah.
If that won't get you out to the racetrack, maybe you'll come out to bet Aaron's picks from Against the Odds.
Will De Los Vientos get another shot at 3-1?
Come on, are you joking me? De Los Vientos got beat by a couple of these last time out, and I think De Los Vientos has no chance of making a lonely lead, and that's when he is best. So I go El Dauphin in this one. 20-1 on the morning line. Just beat De Los Vientos last time out. Made 3 moves in that race. If you watch that race back, it was a strangely run event where the odds-on favorite, De Los Vientos, kind of backed out at the top of the stretch around the far turn, just nothing left in the tank. But El Dauphin made a move early, then flattened out, made a move in the around the far turn, flattened out, made a move in the stretch, finished third, well beaten. But I think with the blinkers off, El Dauphin could upset the apple cart at 20-1 on the morning line.
Nightlight desperately, narrow lead. El Dauphin takes a run at him from the outside. Rising Moon back to third. Can Nightlight hold on? Here's El Dauphin. It's too close to call after a mile and a half.
A thriller in the 121st Brooklyn Stakes. Nightlight, El Dauphin at a huge price hitting the wire together. And producer Mike Canale very quick to point out the equipment change. Blinkers off. While we're sitting here arguing the population of Brooklyn.
By the way, a $20,000 claim earlier this year. Don't tell me Aaron picked this one.
I'm not going to tell you that, but apparently it's what took place. I have to see the tape, and since I have no visual evidence, I haven't been persuaded myself, but from what I'm being told, This one's Aaron's selection on Against the Odds, sponsored by the entire city of Las Vegas.
Well, good for Aaron then. Congratulations if he picked them up.
How did he come up, other than, you know, Curtis crayoning the whole thing? How did he come up with El de Fair?
Well, the horse won over a sloppy track 2 races back. He's now won half of his 10 starts. He's a beautifully bred gelding by
Are you Monday morning quarterback?
No, I didn't pick him, but I can tell you how. I can tell you why Aaron picked him. I'm not sure.
He's not even trained by Ian Wilkes.
Well, but he had credentials.
Congratulations, Aaron. And congratulations to the jockeys who achieved milestones this week.
And this will be a record-setting victory for jockey Eddie Nunez aboard With Mom's Blessing 1,311 at the Calder meeting. That is win 1,311 at the Calder meet here at Calder Racecourse, which makes jockey Eddie Nunez the all-time winningest rider for the Calder meet here at Calder, surpassing Gene St. Leon. Congratulations, jockey Eduardo Nunez, the all-time winningest rider for the Calder meet here at Calder Racecourse.
In between Rainbows with a late gain, but coming inside the final 16th, Classic Actress in front as the winning line looms, closing in between Rainbows and Nan and Rocks. Classic Actress and Quincy Hamilton, career win 1,000. Classic Actress prevails.
This week, the jockeys also took care of one of their own, honoring Renee Douglas at tracks across the country.
The jockeys here at Calder Racecourse, as a sign of unity, are contributing one losing mount fee from their Saturday earnings to Renee Douglas, uniting today to recognize Renee Douglas and the Permanently Disabled Jockeys Fund.
Presenting a $5,000 check to Ron Turcotte, John Velasquez, and other riders on behalf of the Permanently Disabled Jockeys Fund. Currently, there are 60 jockeys who rely on the Permanently Disabled Jockeys Fund. Would like to thank the racing industry and fans for their support. And we wish Renee a speedy recovery.
And also, there have been so many of you loyal fans and fans of Renee Douglas that have asked about his condition and your concern. The family has asked me to thank you for all the prayers, the cards, the flowers, and concern that you have had.
One HRTV Rewind returns, Triple Crown races from the U.S. and abroad.
And we've got a chance for an English Triple Crown winner later on this year.
And the Belmont Breeze, and it's got nothing to do with the weather.
I would say it's as good. It's as good? You know why? Why? Woodford Reserve.
And in the centre, 6 wide, right against the stand side fence. Remul's upside, and on the far side, Genera, 3-way lines are coming to the final 100 yards. And right against the stand side, Remul. On the far side, Genera. Remul's got it though and stretches away to score. And Remul wins well, despite the antics at the start. He wins by a couple of lengths to Genera. They're clear from 6 wives, chased in well behind by Maroche.
We're showing this race back from Kempton because the winner, if you recall, the 6-horse Dropping the Jock, watch him go to the right side of the screen.
He's a little monkey, isn't he? I mean, he went all the way to the outside rail, as far as he could possibly go. You see Seb Sanders, who's already mad at him for dropping him in the post parade, is like, come here, you little bugger. And he starts really going after him left-handed. And this guy suddenly flew up the rail. So I'm sure Seb had a few words to say to the trainer after this, and does prevail much best after quite an eventful post-parade and eventful race as well. That's ridiculous.
I know, dropping him and then very animated, the jock limping back to the horse.
We had plenty of UK racing on HRTV this week, including some of the best 3-year-old fillies in Europe.
Established in 1779, a year before the Epsom Derby, the Epsom Oaks is the second leg of Britain's filly Triple Crown. This year, 10 horses will run. But who will win?
The final furlong in the Investec Oaks, and Sariska, who took the race by the scruff of the neck, is grimly trying to hold off Midday, who's surging home for Henry Setzel. Sariska for Jamie Spencer on the inside. Midday still a neck to find. Sariska hanging on grimly, close. Sariska maybe just on the outside of Midday. Heads up, heads down, may go to the judge in another thrilling finish.
Also Friday at Epsom was the Group 1 Coronation Cup.
2 furlongs to travel in the Coronation Cup. Ask on the right, Yumzane draws alongside. Look here, thundering down the outside with Duncan. Ask narrowly from Yumzane. Look here, the filly on the outside. Again for Seb Sanders. Ask, look here, drifting in. Yumzane between them. A three-way go. One of the closest finishes ever to a Coronation Cup.
Belmont Park wasn't the only place for Triple Crown races on Saturday. We also were live for England's second leg at Epsom Downs.
Rip Van Winkle plays to close. Golden Sword on the front end. Leads passing the 2. See the Stars in the yellow colours. And Fame and Glory are out after the leader. Then Age of Aquarius, Rip Van Winkle. Golden Sword being gathered in by See the Stars. Now the stamina questions will be answered inside the final furlong. See the Stars from Fame and Glory. Rip Van Winkle late on the scene down the outside. See the Stars will complete the Guineas and Derby double. See the Stars won the Investec Derby from Fame and Glory.
Congratulations going out to John Ox and Mick Canam. See the Stars completing the Guineas Derby double.
Yeah, you talk about speed, and this horse showed that speed in the 2000 Guineas. He shows it again today in the Epsom Derby, and we've got a chance for an English Triple Crown winner later on this year.
Be looking forward to the St. Leger as we go into the late summer months.
But you're saying no guarantee he'll go to the St. Leger, that they're not quite as committed to the Triple Crown in England as we are here in the States.
Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. It all depends. The St. Leger is down the road. It's a mile and 3/4, and we'll see what happens there. But he's won the first 2 jewels of the English Triple Crown, of course, winning the Guineas and now the Derby, and bigger and better things to come, obviously, for See the Stars, who was just a terrific race, good tactical speed, went on with it when he was asked, and he has lost his first race. He was 4th, and he's won 4 in a row since.
And how fit do you have to be to navigate those hills, uphill, downhill? I mean, we talk about going a flat 1.5 miles here and how grueling that is. I mean, these horses are fit.
Well, it's downhill for a while, but that last furlong and a half is uphill. It's very, very grueling. So they really test you, not only for speed, but for stamina as well. You have to be world class to win, and See the Stars clearly is one of the best 3-year-olds in the world right now.
Scott's working on his own Triple Crown. Of beverages, that is.
John Ashton, celebrity chef, joins me.
How
John,
are you, Scott?
A pleasure.
You doing all right?
Wish we could have a little bit better weather, but hey, this will make you feel better. It'll make you get over it.
I feel at home, as you can tell by my accent. I'm not from Alabama, you know. I'm from England, you know. The weather, this is like our summer, so it's quite all right. For me, growing up, you know, my mum worked at the racetrack, and I was a chef, so they worked hand in hand, and there's nothing better, especially for tomorrow, you know, when you're going to get all your friends together and you have some lovely appetizers and, of course, a nice drink as well.
Yeah, we'll get to the appetizers, but let's get to the drink first.
Okay.
Considering the weather, get us warm inside.
Absolutely, a Belmont Breeze. This is so easy to do, and we're going to do this so casual because everyone can make it.
Okay.
And I love drinks that everyone can just do, you know, at the spur of the moment. So we're going to take some Woodford Reserve. Now, you take as much as you want. That's what it's all about.
I would take the rest of that bottle.
We've got a big crew here, so why not? Yeah. You know, so we're going to take...
if things are out of focus from here on out, we blame John.
Woodford Reserve. Now, what we're going to do is take some lemonade, okay? Now, we don't want too much lemonade in it because we don't want to water down a jolly good drink, do we? And then what we're going to do is pomegranate juice. Now, this is different, isn't it? That's going to add a nice blush colour to it, okay? So all we do now is give this a little shake, just like that.
Simple.
And now we've got a delicious drink. That's how easy it is.
That's it.
Everyone can milk this Belmont Breeze tomorrow or even this afternoon. Like that. Now, what I want you to do is have a taste of this, and you tell everybody how good this is.
Now, this is going up against a $1,000 mint julep. That's what I tasted in Kentucky. Are you confident?
You know what? I do. Actually, I'll tell you what I'll do is just to...
we got to go together.
A little bit of lime in there, just to make sure.
All right.
And I'm going to give you that. Come on, let's do it.
Weekend.
Happy days.
I would say it's as good.
It's as good?
You know why?
Why?
Woodford Reserve.
Lafitte caught up with another must-have for the Belmont Stakes, trainer Nick Zito.
You're from New York.
Yes.
Do you look forward Obviously, the Kentucky Derby is the pinnacle. It's the one race every owner, breeder, trainer, jockey wants to win. But what does it mean for Nick Zito to be involved in the Belmont Stakes as often as you have been? This will be your 21st and 22nd lifetime starts, most all time, one more than Dwayne Lucas.
Well, I think both things you said. I mean, you know, growing up in New York the way we grew up, knowing Belmont Park the way I know it, there's a lot of history here. This is hallowed ground to me. I've watched so many great champions run in the Belmont Stakes, so many great champions get beaten in the Belmont Stakes. And what could you say? I mean, it's just a lifetime dream to keep, you know, have horses to run in the Belmont year in and year out. And the race has been good to me. I mean, I was frustrated there for a while, Lafitte. Those seconds were tough, you know, kind of like your dad when he didn't win the Derby.
Oh,
you know,
for 10. And
once he got that, you know, he's right. I love when he said, I asked God to give me a little push, and that's kind of what we asked him, so we're very lucky.
He got it that day.
When HRTV Rewind returns, a birthday and a Belmont win for this first-year trainer.
What was going through your mind, Tim?
I was just thinking, come on, Summer Bird.
And the birds are back.
And now a Belmont Stakes winner. This Birdstone theme just simply haunting us in the Triple Crown.
It's time for the bullet drill, my friend, and we are going with the theme of a New York state of mind. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Baseball, Yankees or Mets?
Mets.
All right. I like it. Hockey, Rangers or Islanders?
Only if I'm there at the game, it doesn't matter. Hockey's only good live.
Will be the Rangers. In food, Italian or deli?
Yeah, Billy Joel. Scenes from an Italian restaurant. I go Billy Joel.
Finally, the Belmont time, 2:27, over or under?
My top pick in the Belmont Stakes, which I can't say, is going to be moving like a tremendous machine in the stretch. That's all I know.
So you're not going to say over or under?
Say over or under.
I like it.
For the 141st running of the Belmont and the Rock.
Couldn't ask him to be doing any better. He's handling the track great. Everything was looking positive.
Summer Bird is going to take a late run at him. Dunkirk is not done yet. Dunkirk comes right back. My net bird, and here is Summer Bird, and here is Summer Bird to win the Belmont Stakes.
Can you believe it?
I can believe it. I can. This horse has been training super all week. I told you guys he's doing good, and he showed it today. He did it. I knew he would. You know, this is a race I wanted to run him in, so he done it.
Trainer Tim Ice delivered his first Belmont Stakes win in only his first year training on his 35th birthday.
You know, Tim Ice, he came in kind of under the radar, and it seemingly after the race still, the cameras didn't exactly know who he was. Racing world now, who knows who he is, winning trainer of a Belmont Stakes.
It was quite funny, Lafitte. I mean, as the race was completed, here comes Tim Ice. He's walking down the tunnel. Nobody had a clue who Tim Ice was, had no clue what he looked like. He walked down unsuspectedly. I got a chance to talk to him, and he gave me one of the most genuine sound bites I've gotten in quite some time. Can you believe it?
I can believe it. I can. This horse has been training super all week. I told you guys he's doing good, and he showed it today.
Tim, congratulations.
Come out, yeah. But he needs to.
So as you can hear there, everybody's saying this is the trainer. He's coming out. Nobody knew who Tim Ice was, and it really has become the year of the unknown.
You always have confidence in your horse, but you know, after the race and after everything's said and done, you know, it's kind of unthinkable to be in my first year of training and win the Belmont. He proved he was the best horse yesterday, and you know, now he's not the other bird, he's Summer Bird.
I'm thrilled. I feel it way inside in my gut, in my bones. It's definitely a feeling of contentment for my career, and I think that now, having attained the 3 classics of American classics, that I'll never have any worries.
Did you know you had it won at the top of the stretch?
Yes, I did.
DeSormo gets his first Belmont Stakes win, and Burrell suffers his first Triple Crown loss of the season.
He was happy out there. No excuses. He just got out rough.
From the get-go, though, did you feel that there was something wrong?
No. Everything was fine. No excuse.
You just not have a mile and a half.
Exactly.
Do you think you had the race won when you made the lead?
Yeah, when I turned home, I thought he'd go on. You know, I knew the other mind bird would be coming. You know, so then I went, you know, at the corner pole right before we made the turn for home, I just went on with him, you know, and said maybe I'll get away from him, and we didn't get away far enough, you know, I guess.
Did your gut drop out when that horse passed you?
No, my horse kept trying. I mean, it's one of them things.
Congratulations on a hell of a year, man.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Jousting Mike flag. Scott, you're in one piece. You're okay?
I'm good to go, man.
It was like Jedi sword fighting going in there trying to get the sound bites.
This thing's powerful.
Yeah.
Another memorable Belmont Stakes. It seems like the birds are here to stay.
The sun has officially set on the 2009 Triple Crown season. Mind That Bird takes down the Derby. Rachel Alexandra, the filly, in the Preakness, and now Summer Bird in the Belmont Stakes. As I welcome in my co-host Jeff Siegel in what turned out to be arguably one of the most unpredictable Triple Crowns we've ever seen.
Long Shot wins the Derby, filly wins the Preakness, and Summer Bird, who'd only had 4 prior starts, pops up and runs the race of his life. So we had 3 outstanding races, but not a lot settled. There's still a half year to go in the 3-year-old division. We still don't have a champion.
And they were calling it the Calvin Crown. Maybe they should call it the Cajun Crown. Did you know 7 of the last 9 Triple Crown races were won by Cajun riders? 3 for DeSormo. This is his first Belmont. 3 for Burrell, and 1 for Alvarado Curlin in the Preakness.
I did not know that, but I know it now. Funny thing about this, however, is that Kent waited, but he had no choice because he was down on the inside. He had nowhere to go for at least, 7/8 to a mile before he could actually extract himself. And once he was able to maneuver to the outside, this is a colt who's got a real good late kick, and you can see Summer Bird gobbling up the ground and winning going away.
Birdstone theme just simply haunting us in the Triple Crown.
Lost in the glory of Mind That Bird's incredible acceleration in the Derby was the fact that Summer Bird, well, he wasn't moving quite as fast as Mind That Bird, but he was moving well at the end, and 6 of 19 in retrospect, not all that bad.
You've seen where the pursuit has taken us. Now let's rewind to where it all started, back in early February.
And over the next 15 weeks, we'll be taking you up to and down the 2009 Triple Crown Trail.
The Triple Crown starts right now.
But the Pamplemousse, they would need to sprout wings to get to him.
We have yet to see him behind a horse. Can he settle behind a horse and rate?
Who cares?
It had been billed as the showdown, Pioneer of the Nile versus the Pamplemousse. Who was better? We may never find out.
Pioneer of the Nile and Garrett Gomez have won the Santa Anita Derby.
Garrett Gomez in between Pioneer of the Nile and Dunkirk.
The horse we won the 4 stakes on, including 2 grade ones. We're going to stick with Pioneer of the Nile.
And they're off in the Wood Memorial. Oh, I want revenge.
Wanted to see him overcome some adversity. He kind of overdid it.
A remarkable victory for I Want Revenge today.
You wake up every morning, you go to work, and you hope to find a horse like the one I have, I Want Revenge.
Frisian Fire sweeps the 3-year-old series at the fairgrounds.
A 7-week layoff for Frisian Fire.
Rachel Alexandra with a win of quality and class.
Calvin Burrell starts to just celebrate a 16th of a mile out.
Yeah, but Gary, Calvin Burrell perhaps stealing a page out of your playbook. That's what I'm talking about.
Here is a superstar. Quality Road wins it.
Quarter crash suffered by the Florida Derby winner in Quality Road.
One more time, Bodie. Let's do it again one more time.
Don't worry, our team will be back in Pursuit this summer for Pursuit of the Cup to take you all the way up to the 26th Breeders' Cup at Oak Tree. Watch the premiere July 23rd and watch all of this next week right here on HRTV.
Scott Hazelton, guess what? He's on deck standing by with this Pursuit of the Crown News update sponsored by Fasig Tipton.
The most important news of the afternoon to report comes from California. Angie Stevens giving birth to a beautiful little girl by the name of Maddie, and she's by a 3-time Belmont Stakes winning sire. That is our own Gary Stevens. So congratulations out to the Stevenses.
Gary and Angie, congratulations. Still no excuse, though, Gary. You need to be here. Will he be here for tomorrow, Scott?
I think he's staying home. He's got more important things to attend to.
It's like a 5-hour flight, no excuse.
No, well, I give him an excuse. He's allowed to stay home.
And that's a high five for Gary Stevens. Congratulations, guys.